I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We'll call this meeting to order and approve minutes from the last meeting.
Make a motion that we approve the minutes from the last meeting.
Nothing. Morning,
Morning.
Mr. Rhodey. How are you?
Good, how are you guys?
Good.
Good morning.
Want to go on? Good, how are you? Good. How you doing? Hi. It's okay here.
Yeah.
Yes. So you're the first on the line.
Well,
You guys already started?
just started.
Oh.
I have that for you at the end of the meeting. I forget.
Well, thank you guys for the opportunity to come before you. Sorry I missed the last meeting. I was, I think, traveling at that time. I have lost runs from both Mako and the Montana State Fund, so we'll go ahead and pass out the Mako
Can we do that?
first. Oh, I guess.
You do.
Started and no.
So I have these run for the past 5 years and the way they ran out was kind of funky, but be that as it may, you get the value date as of 9/4. And I always just try and take a look at the open claims and recent claims. So we still have the open claim on page number 2 of 10, the law enforcement claim, where there's a pretty significant reserve and a decent sum of money that has been paid thus far on obviously legal expenses. So that's one that's hanging out there. And just thumbing through these. Everything else, I believe, looks like it's closed. Yeah, so we just have the one that's hanging out there. Does anybody have any questions on the claim run from Mako? Or anything that you want me to look into? No. Okay. All right, having gone over that, then we'll jump to the Montana State Fund loss runs. Then again, I have these ran, the run date was as of, I think, 9/4, 9/5 last week. So for the policy period 7/24, 7/1/24 to 25, the current policy period, we have no claims. For the policy period 7/1/23 to 24. We have a couple of claims. Most of them are zero pay, which is a good thing. Obviously, it tells me that you're reporting incidents. And as we've talked about in the past, we want to either report incidents from the perspective of not being in a position of getting in trouble for late reporting. And I've always had a understanding with my underwriters, at the, you know, with whom I do work, particularly with public entities, is that I'd rather them over report. And then have $0 tied to them to avoid that. And I've always talked to them about the frequency and severity. Typically in insurance, there's two terms that you'll hear from time to time, which is frequency. If you have frequent claims, and typically in insurance, if you have frequent claims, a lot of them, then at some point you're going to have the severe claim. But in work comp, it's a little bit different because we want our insurers to be reporting them to avoid that potential late pay, late report. And the idea behind work comp too is that if it's reported on a timely basis, then the carrier can get in and medically manage the claim. And statistics will show that if they're medically managing the claim from the outset, instead of trying to play catch up on the claim, it's much less costly for everybody involved. And you're getting your employee the care he or she needs. So, like I said, we had picked up tractor tire and hurt shoulder, tripped and fell. These are all $0 tied to them. Overdid it with the post hole pounder. Another one, rolled ankle, causing employee to fall to her knees. Again, there's no dollar tied to those. Driving company vehicle back from Livingston. So that was a driving claim. The next one is slip getting out of the grader. That one does have some dollars assigned to it, both from a looks like we've got both an indemnity and medical. So that was a pretty significant claim. And we did have there's an indemnity portion attached to that. So that's a wage loss component on that one. That was dated 3/1/23. Then another one dated 4/21/22, which again was very, very minor, with no indemnity attached to it. And then, of course, you got your summaries on the back pages as well. So just kind of a recap on the whole work comp ID, the theory behind early reporting and early return to work or modified light duty, as you've heard me talk ad nauseum before about work comp. If you can keep the claim a medical only claim, then it significantly impacts your mod for the better. So as I've said before, if you have, let's just a claim example, if you had a claim and it was a $50,000 claim and 100% of that $50,000 claim was medical costs, no indemnity, all medical, then NCCI is going to reduce that impact on your mod by 70%, which is a huge number. Okay, so $50,000, let's take another example, and you say, okay, you got a $50,000 claim, half of it is medical and half of it is indemnity. The second that claim turns to $1 indemnity, 100% of that claim impacts your mod. So, again, you guys are doing a lot of the good things in terms of trying to get people back to work and modified light duty, that type of stuff. And I would just heartily encourage you to continue to do that to the extent that you can. Now, you, as the employer, you always have the option to say, no, it's not going to work this time, or we can't make it work, or there's no modified duty. I would encourage you to try and find a way if you can, but know that you're not painted into a corner when you're talking about early return to work. We don't want to do that to employers. We understand that some people run Spartan small crews. You're responsible to the taxpayers, so you don't have a lot of people just standing around, that type of stuff. but you are responsible to the taxpayers, so to the extent to which you can lower your work comp costs, then it's beneficial to the taxpayers as well. So that's all I have. Do you have any questions?
I do.
Yes,
So let's say it's somebody from the road crew or solid waste and like. They could come, can they switch into a different role, like come in here and help do filing or something? Or do they have to be in their department?
well, it depends, and
Okay.
that's a cop-out answer, but I'll tell you why it depends. If you have a collective bargaining units, that you're, you know, some collective bargaining units, I'm from Butte, so you can imagine the strong union, you know what I'm saying? People are real parochial about their union. It's like, no, that person's not gonna come in this clerical union. So, or no, that person's not gonna go over into this role because that's our job, that's protected by our collective bargaining unit. I think the city and county of Butte Silver Bow has like 13 collective or 15 collective bargaining units, so you can imagine the challenges someone like that has. So it does depend. And so if you have a collective bargaining unit that has been a stickler or wants is very parochial and protective of their turf, so to speak, then what we found helpful is to try and do a early return to work program within that collective bargaining unit. Challenging, but that's what we've found can
So
help.
if they aren't and they're just not in the union, can like say Janine come in here? I mean, those are my questions.
That would be, yeah, that's
Can they
up to
just-
the
Okay.
commission and you know, the commissioners in the county as a whole.
Okay,
I don't think there's a prohibition. I'm not aware of any prohibition that would you know, stop you from doing that.
Okay.
But you know, like I said, sometimes the union, the turfism kind of can take over. So that's could be a deal breaker.
Okay.
Good question.
all right, thank you.
You bet.
Brody's not here.
Brody's not here. He had another commitment to me,
He and I did the annual inspection.
right?
And so that report is in return. Did you receive it? There was very few violations, for a better word, on the full inspection, so that was good. So I'll get it to you. Mark is in Bozeman. Welcome Dee Dunkerson as our new courthouse safety committee person. Dee, do you see anything that needs to be addressed, or do you have any reports? Okay. Janine,
Nope. 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 I'm busy. That's all I know.
we are. I stopped over at the jail and visited with Val this morning. We are going to be doing a follow-up IPOS test at 10 today, just to check on everybody that we've had a lot of questions about them not receiving them, and the sheriff's office put on Facebook, and I shared it on our Facebook page, how to set up your phones to get a test alert, and we have had a lot of positive comments about that and getting that back, so it's a great tool for outreach into our community. So that will be at 10 this morning. Paul,
Well, not me.
what?
I'll never stop ringing and never stop texting, so.
What's that?
It's a training to get this
Yeah,
on our phone?
yeah,
Okay,
and if you,
because I tried what they had on the Facebook and it didn't work.
okay, I can help you with that,
Cool.
okay. Mr. Alt, any updates?
Oh, good.
All good, okay. We have. The Cultural Act has gone through all departments. I sent it to your guys last week or something like that. And so those are the only two that we have, which I'm sure we'll get soon. And so everybody's done the Montana Cultural Act in all the departments across the board. So that is a good
Very
thing.
good, yep.
Yeah, And then I will be sending out or doing quarterly safety trainings the first weekend of October. I know it's a busy time, so I kind of worked on that yesterday, and I may just do like the bee stings or the, you know, something simple that everybody can read, because it's kind of moving into taxes, and you guys are getting ready for winter, and so.
Do we keep some of them shots at the shop, like each shop, do they have a,
EpiPens,
yeah,
you have to have a prescription for
we do,
And $500.
them.
how much?
$500 for them,
Guess we better just have Benadryl.
yeah.
Or find out if there's anyone that actually would need one for allergic.
I just didn't know if they did or not.
No, yeah, you have to have a script for
I imagine anybody that's allergic would have their own.
I usually make it straight.
Just think, yeah.
them. So, is there any other?
EpiPens,
Unless they don't know, they find out.
just way as bad as the so.
That's all the hard way.
That's true.
There's one downstairs.
Okay, so. Is there any public comment? Being none, make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
I'll make the motion during the meeting.
Any seconds?
Okay. Okay.
So then the next meeting will be scheduled for December 10th at 9 AM.
December 10th. Next meeting, December 10th.
Good job, thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
All right.
All right, do you guys want to go off till your meeting starts at 9:30, or
Say that again.
did you guys want to recess until your meeting starts at 9:30
We can
or?
do that.
Okay, you're on.
Okay, we're back from our quarterly safety meeting recess, and it is 9:31 according to my clock here in the commissioner's office. And the board minutes for September 3rd, 2024.
I'll make a motion, we accept them.
I was sorry.
Is there any public comment?
Elena.
Go ahead, Elena.
Thank you. You have to excuse my voice, sorry. Smoke. On the draft of the minutes. I brought up the letter from Dan Olson that was sent regarding the BISPRA minutes, the resolution. And I don't see that as part of the correspondence, nor do I see that in the minutes. And I don't see a copy of the petition that I requested also to be as a part of the minutes. So I just want to bring that up. Where are they? The other thing is on the, when Joshua Sizemore came in to discuss Flint Creek. I said a comment that I made, two of them, about the federal grant funding is similar to taking money and throwing it in a hole. That's not what I said. I said it's similar to owning a yacht, a hole in the water into which you throw a lot of money. And that's a whole different meaning from what is in the minutes. And also my question regarding just rescinding the FERC license. I think there was more discussion on that, and the attorney Bradshaw explained that he would not recommend the county rescind the agreement. I don't see anything noted as to why he didn't see it. So and that's what I have to say about the draft of the minutes. If you compare it to the video again, and I mentioned the letter from Dan Olson. I also mentioned the petition, and I believe Mr. Bradshaw said as part of the minutes, he agreed. So that's my comment. I think it should be added. Thank you.
Thank you.
See.
Go ahead, Blaine.
I vaguely remember the petition part, what petition was that?
It's the one that she got the signatures on the fixed guy.
Yeah,
Oh, okay,
It was laying in here, it was.
yeah, no, I haven't
Did-
saved it to the document, but I'm printing off the minutes so you can see how it's. What it says.
part of that, the minutes are supposed to be that, just, this is summary, so it doesn't
It doesn't
include
have to be
every,
verbatim.
yeah. But if there, if we, I think I said, yeah, it's a good idea to put that reference to the petition, but
And
it's
then
it's the
it
commission's call.
says-
We can do that.
She provided the county a letter from Dan Olson, and it says who he is. And she also provided a petition. She drafted and obtained signatures of 22 residents who supported the county.
So that's in the minutes?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. It's
I can give you these though.
What should it be referred to if someone needs to look at a petition, or do we have to?
I have it saved with your documents on the network drive. If it's ever requested, it's saved with all of the documents. For the day. Let me highlight it here so you can see it.
My reasoning on the not rescinding the license is because the county would be in litigation and lose, and have a judgment, and so you're gonna have to pay anyway.
We've gone over that and over it, trying to figure out what to do.
That's been in the minutes other times, that legal opinion.
Okay. That's what I have in there for that, but if you need to adjust that. And then on the.
Go ahead, Elena.
Thank you. I understand it should be a summary, but these are documents that are presented and they should be part of the minutes. Sometimes they are when somebody, and sometimes they're not. There should be more consistency, and these are documents. If people want to look at the minutes and there was a mention of a petition, it should be with it. It should be easy for public transparency and to find this information so it doesn't get lost. Like so many of the documents have gotten lost because we don't know what meeting it was discussed at or anything like that. So it just makes it easier to find documents and references for not only you, but the public. And that's why I brought that up. Thank you.
Go ahead, Brent.
But I think the reference to it and then having it saved, I think that solves that problem, because someone wants to get it, they can get it, but if the commission wants the full petition in the minutes, you could, that's your call.
Minutes look good to me.
So it's specifically, she provided a county letter from Dan Olson, a former Butte Silver Bowl County Commissioner, Granite County property owner, and a ESPRA director that advocated for Granite County to remain part of the ESP or PRA. She also provided a petition she drafted and obtained signatures of 22 residents who support the county remaining a part of the ESPRA. So it does state 22. If anybody were curious, it doesn't, I can't see where you have to put a copy of each person that signed it. If they're interested, it is a public record and we can get it to them.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
Yeah, I think it's fine too.
That's good.
So,
That keeps the minutes a little more concise, and it has that reference so you can find it, and Billy has it saved.
go ahead, Elena.
Well, if I just have to say something again, and I've said it before for the record, the elected officials represent the people of this county. I'm a person of this county. I went out and I spent time getting a petition And that was to make it easier for the public to gain this information and participate. Again, so many things are left up to the commission to make the decision, and I would think that they would make the decision towards what the public wants. And not because two people of the commission, or one in particular, doesn't think it's important. Okay, for the record, I'd like that in there. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried and passed. Now we're up to correspondence. Okay, so we have the McDermott fire. And it is from Beaverhead, Deer Lodge National Forest, and
It's just the info on it.
yeah, the information on the current status. The next one is an email from Vera Peterson. There were a couple corrections to the meeting agenda. If you have any questions, please let me know. And this is agenda to meeting materials for the Mako Healthcare Trust 18th annual member meeting to be held at the Mako annual meeting in Missoula. The annual meeting is at 12 p.m. on Tuesday, September 17th. If you're not able to attend, please complete proxy. I will be there. I am attending, so we don't need to complete the proxy, and that's what this email is about.
When is it out?
Tuesday, 17th.
Oh,
Mako,
so,
the what? What did she ask?
oh, the date.
Oh. Let me just look at it. I just read it, didn't I? September 17th.
Okay.
And you just said Tuesday, didn't you? The dam, the next one is the dam safety inspection report. And this is from inspected by Kareem. Anybody, final, yeah, final.
How do you spell it? B.
BYNOE.
NOE.
Final.
Final. And the next is the electronic mail from Burke. And the subject is ODSP revision Georgetown Lake Creek hydroelectric project.
Side note, did you see the bathroom up there? Looking good. Yeah.
Up where,
The men's bathroom, and then I think the one by the jury room, same, but the yeah, tiling down on the floor and the walls. It's great.
our next is an email from David Schmidt. This email is a formal request for information regarding locally funded projects on state and federal highway systems. In the interest of cost and time saving paper copies. So this is from the Montana Department of Transportation. And it's local projects on designated federal and state highways.
Are they wanting information from the county to send them, or just?
That one I couldn't understand because they are. It says the Montana state law requires the Transportation Commission to let all contracts or delegates. Its authority to let contracts on commission designated highway systems.
That's their duties.
I think they're just giving us info.
Oh, okay. She did tell me her point.
I did, I just saw that.
Okay, so they're not requesting for information, it's the
They're,
way he's got it worded.
all right,
It is, serves as. For information regarding locally funded projects on
okay,
state,
if you have want information, you can
Yeah.
contact him.
request for information, and they're giving us the request for information. It's kind of worded, because I was reading that and I'm going.
Yeah, I thought maybe they wanted my, or
what are we
information
supposed
from
to
you.
send them? And then when the letter actually is information. Okay, that's it for correspondence. Our next agenda item is public comment on matters within the commissioner's jurisdiction.
What comment from Elena?
Go ahead, Elena.
Thank you. For the record, going back to correspondence, I was looking at some of it. And again, I don't understand why some of it you don't make a decision. Is it going to be on the agenda for further discussion? Or are you going to do an action? To give you an example, the letter from FERC dated September 3rd. If you read it, it says, please update the date on the cover letter. There's 4 things that they're requesting, actually 5. Who's going to do it? Are you going to refer it to the contractor, the engineer? Are you going to put it on the agenda to correct this? I mean, he's specifically telling you or asking you that there's problems and make sure you do this. We have the following comments. I think that's important because it's not only for the dam, but it's the hydroelectric facilities, both.
Yeah,
That's-
agenda coming up would be good, not sorry. Yeah, agenda item would be good.
Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't hear that, but going on to more of the comments. This is my comment for the record. About opting out of Big Sky Passenger Rail. Even though it was ascertained, it was confirmed, it's not costing the county a dime. You don't have to pay any contribution. If you stay as a member, there you'd have a seat at the table. The town of Drummond, town of Phillipsburg, and the people of the county would still have a seat at the table because we are interested in restoring passenger rail through southern Montana. And yes, it's a go. It's going to happen. But the difference if Granite County continues to be a member is, as I said, it would still be have a seat at the table as far as discussions for getting a station in Drummond, et cetera, et cetera. So your reasoning or logic to opt out wasn't really clear because of federal spending. What has that got to do with anything that was discussed? That's your reasoning for opting out, federal spending. Well, you never discuss federal spending when it comes to all the other things you agree to, health, senior citizens, the airfield, roads, highways, bridges. They all involve federal grants and lots of money, but nobody says no to that one. So I don't understand your reasoning with that or your logic. It's kind of questionable. And that I want in the record, for my comment regarding the reasoning that 2 of the commissioners decided to pull out as members again, going against what the people of this county would want. And talking to the people, they think it is a great idea. I mean, in just a course of a couple of hours, I was able to get 22. And that was just who I talked to. And so I don't understand the logic in pulling out. It's a shame. Because it's the people, again, you work for the people of this county. And you're looking out for their benefit, and you decided no, because from what I can hear, it was federal funding. They don't have money now, so I don't know what that had to do with anything. Thank you.
Thank you, Elaine. Is there any other public comment? Go ahead, Blaine.
So FERC wants a response within 60 days.
Great.
Yeah, Great West is working on it. You can get it on the agenda.
Yep.
I guess we should have mentioned that Great West is working on it, and this is an ongoing process. And it isn't anything that we have to proceed, and what we're discussing right now is the letter from FERC in response to your question, Elena.
Once again, we're doing what we're supposed to.
Well, we feel we are, but apparently she feels we're not, so she's entitled to her public comment
For the record.
for the record. Go ahead, Elena.
The only reason why I'm coming back is that you mentioned my name, so it's a follow-up in answer to that. When you discussed this and what brought up that letter from FERC, it was part of correspondence. And that's what I brought it out. Are you going to do anything? You didn't say that it was referred. Where was it referred? It was sent to you. It was not sent to the engineers. It was sent to you. And these are questions that should be answered. And even if the engineering, you're the elected officials.
Thank you.
I mean, I would, excuse me?
I said, thank you.
That's right. Well, it's about time you start acting like them.
Never mind.
You have control over our property, our money, how you spend it. Not the engineering, not all the contractors that you agree to, not the NGOs, to us. And so when I bring this up, I bring it up as a taxpayer resident of Granite County who elected you. And I expect an answer from you, not that you passed it off to somebody else. I expect you to follow up and to make sure that that somebody else is doing the job you're paying them for with our money. And that is why I attend these meetings, to make sure that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. I wish there were more people, but maybe there'll be changes. People have a life to lead, and they also are trying to make money to pay for their property taxes. And sometimes it's very vague what we're discussing at a meeting. Not everybody goes to the website.
We're the same stuff. I mean, we
Don't.
Well, this is it. I mean, he can,
Yeah, Elena.
yes, madam. Chair. What did you say?
Said, are you done with your comment?
Yes, I think so. And I'm commenting for the people of this county. I get a lot of, oh, and I'll be back again when we talk about Blackfoot. I didn't get a petition for everybody living up here at Black Pine, but I will be talking for the people that do live up here. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there any other public comment? Okay, we're running a little bit late. We have our weekly report with road and bridge superintendent. All. Go ahead, Paul.
We are hauling gravel down Willow Creek. Lower part of Willow Creek. And they're patching it pretty much. Everybody's still just going along.
Lower Willow.
Yeah. We should finish that up probably. Well. Tomorrow, I imagine. We don't have that much left to put down there, so. And. That's just kind of what it is. And there's not much going on other than, oh, another thing I was gonna ask about is pretty soon. We're coming on to our 410s. So what do we need to do to keep them rolling? Be good for another year on that, or?
I'm trying to think, what we put in the contract last time, if we need a.
Sure, it was
Permission,
I'm sure it was for 2 years, but I don't know for positive.
and the contract said you could do the 410s until.
Until the weather changes, like last year, we split the crew up and we never did come off 410s. It worked great.
Yeah, and that worked good, right?
Yeah, so I wanna make sure, I just don't wanna be here. It's the 15th of October and hell, here we are. So.
We'll just have to look it up what we put in, but I was thinking with the 2 years that we just
Yeah,
they got stay to that rotation where.
Yeah, want me to check right now? So,
Whatever works, I mean,
yeah, I can go check.
just don't wanna hit it, and then we're at that day, you know, at least we got a month to get it figured out.
So when will you do the split?
Not
In
until we get
October?
weather,
Or not till,
not until we
well, you
get,
wanna probably make sure that it works in the payroll schedule.
oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Or you just give permission right now, give them permission right now to follow that until you guys say it needs to end with
Sounds-
weather.
Yeah, sounds good.
I mean, we can figure the split shift out on the calendar right now, I guess. If we
Okay,
wanted
yeah.
to,
Yeah, I'd do that right now.
you know,
yeah,
however.
that's not gonna hurt
And then-
anything, is it?
And
You
then
got
you,
school, not that you're gonna, well, you never know, you might have to plow next week. Who knows?
You don't know.
Yeah, you don't know.
But then
So-
there's no school on Fridays, but then there's school on Fridays.
The
and-
first Friday.
Yeah,
yeah,
If we're, you know, October is gonna be fine, but maybe we just run split shift November whenever it hits, but. I think just kind of wait and see what the weather's doing on that.
yeah, giving him authority to sign off on that.
Yeah.
Okay,
we don't have no motion for that.
I think it's in the contract, so I think you're
Okay.
just reaffirming them.
Okay, just make sure the contract has another year on it. If not, we'll have to put it on the agenda to get it going for.
Well, you know, they didn't re-up the contract, so it's basically the same thing again, yeah, so
That's up to us.
so, yeah. I think that's a good way to do it,
Road is good.
yeah.
We got all our salt now already, was it coming or?
No, I haven't, waiting to get the. When do we get the gravel spread, and then we'll start getting salt. We still gotta get the sand,
Probably won't have to get as much this year, will we?
no,
We will save some money from last year.
we'll get 1,000 yards for each side, and. Probably have the worst damn winter we ever had. Other than that, I think that's about all I got.
Dumps doing good.
I have never seen Upper Willow in such good shape.
That's what?
Upper Willow. I've never seen it looking that good. I mean, that road is nice.
Yeah, it turned out pretty well, but
That's good. Means they'll go faster.
we're gonna, when we get all caught up here. We're gonna get an excavator on that one spot there. On Upper Willow where it gets really narrow. They were trying to pull 2 feet of that slope off.
How far up?
Oh, this side of Lucci's a ways. Then it turned into basically a 1-lane road. We could easy hold down, pull a couple of feet off, widen that out, just bail right over the end. Just kind of get a hole for a week, do that job and put that big 4-foot culvert shit in down that Mountain Road. If it works out,
Where's the culvert going on?
Mountain Road, right. Above, or just this side, right in the draw, this side of. Randy Peterson's.
Oh,
We always have trouble if we have any kind of a screwed up winter there.
yeah.
It depends if the Blackwood people have got us in trouble. Oh, we'll talk to you guys. No, but. That thing always washes out that road does
Yeah.
right there. It's kind of a bad.
Yeah, that's,
Just too much material to move with that little mini we got.
So we're gonna rent one?
Or try one out. We'll see how it works.
No. You know, try one.
Try out for free.
Waiting for that. You know, like a click.
And the light came on.
Well, we've got Blackfoot here, we might as well just move right on into Blackfoot fiber optic project update on road repairs. Come on up, gentlemen. And if you could introduce yourselves and we will.
My name is Jason Robertson. I work for Blackfoot Communications. This is Riley.
This is Rock Mountain Contractors.
So he's for, I guess we'll call it Phillipsburg Phase 2 project.
Okay,
He would be, if we have any Phase 2 things, he's our guy. Which I believe what we're here.
Could I,
So,
she wanna make sure that it's working.
oh, go ahead.
Oh, I just got it too. Okay, yep.
Safety test.
I thought so.
I'm safe.
Make sure everybody.
Big, right as rain.
the courthouse getting fiber here?
I hope so.
All right.
I want to light everybody up and get out of here and move to the next project. 2 years has been long enough.
And I haven't seen any in my house yet, but.
I haven't.
She hasn't.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know what she gets in. I don't understand what's going on.
Yeah, we made a comment on that.
Yeah, I'll put it in an email to everybody else. Why does Billy have it?
I live by the ranch at Rock Creek and the meadows and all those things.
Well, I guess we could owe that all to Rocky Mountain Construction because they got their half of their project done. So light up buildings. So
I guess a lot of this was just, we gotta make sure that everything gets cleaned up, because we're getting lots and lots of calls.
lots and lots of any particular areas that we want to address.
Maxville, I get quite a few down there and then down by Drummond, but that's all on the Department of Transportation on the road there.
Yeah,
We're
we're.
just worried about some of them where the dozer turned and took the edges. And,
Mhm.
we just wanna make sure everybody's still on the same page that this will be cleaned up. Cause there's a lot of work left.
Okay. So, sorry for the big paper, I was in a hurry this morning. This is our inspection report for Maxville that we still will be addressing. As in just what I visually have seen myself and my inspectors and whatnot. I can email this all to Billy if she wants to.
Yeah, we'd want to put it up.
Yeah.
That is a big piece of paper.
I hit the wrong one and I was running out of time and I didn't want to be late, so I.
Good work, you don't have to have your.
And I figured all of us don't need our glasses to look at it. So basically it goes by, I think, sheet number, lead number. What kind of a little description of what I'm addressing that I want to acknowledge and get cleaned up and whatnot, so. I know we have some issues with some area where we had to get close to the asphalt. And I've talked to Rowdy and we're gonna pull back some of that dirt material back and see what we got there. So we are addressing that. We're just trying to get everything in and then he's gonna.
Yeah, we got, as soon as we get the main line fiber in, I got. 5 boards to do across Maxville Road for services. And then we'll get everything cleaned up and then that'll be the end of our
Cause I know we talked about, sweeping the roads, but are you guys gonna clean them off or do we?
Nope, I'll bring you a sweeper and sweep it.
Some of them cuts where I was talking to Jason about that, where they're filling back into the road, they're burying a foot and a half, 2 feet of the road on some of them, they're coming around. And it doesn't make any difference if that dirt gets bailed over off the other side.
Okay.
But that road's so narrow the way it is, that
Right.
we definitely wanna get, and all that's doing, they're just hiding the fact that there's no asphalt left there. You know?
Yeah.
I
Which,
hope that's not the case, but I think there's gonna be a couple of those.
right,
situations.
but regardless of the case, it's gotta get widened back out,
Okay.
because especially for winter, when we're plowing and. Not a lot of them, but just enough spot to do it, and then. I don't know, we got Ross's Fork taken care of yet or not? Up by Robert
The
Powers,
culvert, no,
okay, and I'll get out there.
I pretty much threw all my manpower I have left in Maxville trying to get out of that town.
Right,
It's been a nightmare for everybody, for you guys, residents, contractors really lost. Blackfoot's affected a little bit, but more contractor than anything, so.
there's stuff out at Middle Fork, there's some spots out there. Toward the end that, where you trench, it's sloughed off, and so we gravel that, now our gravel's up. Like that, and it just falls off into the trench. And what's gonna happen this winter is they'll get sucked off, then they'll just go right off that bank.
Okay.
Would that be Moose Lake, Middle Fork?
Yeah,
Okay.
so there's 2 ways to fix that. One is to get an excavator and pull it back up. Or buy 4 loads of gravel and we'd knock it off the edge. If you guys bought the gravel, we'd knock it off the edge with the grader and fix the road. Or you can go up for an excavator and fix it, but. Whatever would.
I'll get it to you.
Okay. That's a few things. I haven't ran every road, but me and Jason talked about that. We'll both have a sheet of kind of what's gonna have to happen and just work together and. There's nothing big, super
I do,
bad.
I'll have one of those for
You know, like
every area.
The
that-
ditches on the East Fork. When we were gonna clean those,
Yeah,
and it's kind of hard to see now, because the grass had grown in. But you know, like I was walking this spring, and I could tell where it was sloughed in from last year. And plugged up the ditches.
Okay, so the East Fork, that's a great question, thank you. The East, are we concerned, what areas on the East Fork where is our focus point?
For the ditches, from the corrals on to
Corrals. Corrals where,
Where I had my rocks off.
where the haystacks are now.
Right where we had to get on.
so that down
Yeah,
south,
From that
For that-
right there, well, let's say from Willis driveway to. The
Bottom of
mailbox
the hill.
is.
bottom of the hill. Okay. I think did you send someone out there or were they mobilizing?
Yeah, we're,
Mobilizing,
yeah.
okay. It hasn't been forgotten, it's,
So when
he
you,
gets reminded every
when you
Tuesday.
plan on being done with the cable out there?
So, out there in your area, that's all done.
Hmm.
So. Munis Road was the last one, and then we went to the East Fork, and now we're down, we got the gym mine to finish, we got
West Fork Ranch.
West Fork Ranch. And then
Well, it looks like my neighbors don't have it, looks like there's a cable sitting there coming out of the ground. It doesn't-
Is it orange?
Yeah,
That's drops and Blackfoot's in charge of those themselves. These guys were only
we're
the
just doing the main one.
fiber to the curb, we'll call that. Basically, they bring in the big trunk cable and the orange ones are the feeders that go to the houses or taps.
Hmm.
So Blackfoot will have crews out there, like, I guess in Maxville,
So
Scott
that
probably
could be
sees
done.
there's a lot more crews there. I think they're hitting all of that and then they're gonna cluster them and go knock out the areas and have them do everything. That's what I assume is happening by looking what's happening in Maxville.
So a lot of that may be next spring.
I'm open to that. They hired, from what I understand on our meetings, they hired a few crews, so it's gonna go quicker, but I'm as rowdy lost for the last couple months. Maxville is the complete nightmare.
Oh, man.
He downgraded a truck
Yeah.
because he lost so much money.
No.
so let me get this, that won't happen till next year.
I'm hoping it's gonna go all throughout the year. Blackfoot, they're on their own
Well, our
schedule.
place, you know, in the winter, you're not gonna.
Yeah, they're not, yeah, once the snow hits, that will probably stop,
But I think a lot of it's been plowed in, so all they gotta do is run around and jet fiber to the house.
and then just dig them in and put those cables into the handhole boxes,
So they could do that.
so. It's,
I can tell everybody, maybe next year.
yeah, how about I have my meeting with Blackfoot tomorrow? Let me figure out where their next plan is, and I can maybe send a email to Billy and she could report it next week, or I could come in next week if you guys would like.
I think it'd be good, because once you have a meeting with Blackwood, then you can explain what's going on and we're all on the same page.
Maybe I'll have them tell me what they want me to say and come in and represent them too. If
Yeah.
you guys are good, I'm good with that, or JB could come in on it.
What do you mean by jet fiber? You already have the conduit, and so it's just finishing off down
Yes,
the
sir.
lanes?
Yes.
Okay.
So what about town?
Phillipsburg town. That's phase one. That's phase one. I could get that guy, he's probably down the road, I can have him come in, you can cheat on him, because I just acquired town, these were my guys last year, but the guy was here, he decided that he didn't wanna work for us anymore, and I acquired town. So I'm trying to figure all that out, we still gotta get the 432 to Travelers. Once we do that, they could start lighting stuff up and getting splicers in. And I have a couple of areas that need attention and all of that and Rumsey. For
How
that,
much more are you gonna have to go to Rumsey, you think?
I think a lot, it's gonna be a nightmare. Right now, I'm working on, I guess we have some. I'm looking for an easement across Fred Burr, I don't have to bore that again. There's some gray areas like bumpy road, I think, up there. We're taking it up there, but it's all fed from the back, so I'm trying to figure out how to loop back around and grab them instead of going up his 1-lane rock road.
So you're dealing with a private landowner?
Yeah, all private stuff out there, so I think I'm mostly done with all Paul's stuff. Except for the going up by the Jersey wall and all that stuff that's scaring the death out of me, and
Just easy.
yeah, I just don't even want to be near that. I want to go the other side, but we're gonna talk about that when we get out there, Paul. You're on my list.
So one question, right now, the only fiber up and running is on Rock Creek Road.
I would think that lower Rock Creek is lit up.
Yeah, well,
Middle, it's what was that, where the exchange you started?
Marshall Creek.
Marshall Creek. I think they're all up too.
By Lower Rocker, you're not meaning,
Not
so
lit.
you're talking about, like
Which,
Clark's. and that's
Clark's,
Clark's.
yeah, up on the hill up there.
Not the other.
Yeah, they're not doing.
We need to call.
But like Willow Creek should be lit up.
Yeah, Willow Creek should have access to everything. Basically, everything from the CO here all the way to Middle Fort Pond Cabinet over there by Moose should have connectivity and be lit up. But that's all in Blackfoot. We don't handle that. So,
But they should be moving the Lost Sapphire next.
yeah. So all that area should be good as far as I know, but I don't handle that. That goes into a whole nother person. I'm fiber to the curb guy. I'm fiber to the curb. I know where I get it to the curb. And I could get more information for you if you
It's
like.
understandable.
Black Pine, I think, is next on their list, if that helps you. And then he's gonna be jetting fiber in, coming back, which would get us to Maxville, and then Maxville will be ready to go.
I see.
Everything's in chunks. Waiting on key parts.
I got 2 chunks.
Yeah, Rowdy's got 2 chunks. He's almost out of our lives.
Is there any other questions? Any public comment? Okay, Elena.
Thank you. Lena Gagliano up Black Pine Road. I'm sorry, the person who's giving the report, I didn't get your full name and your
Jason
title.
Robertson.
Jason Robertson. Okay. And your title?
OSP engineer.
Okay, engineer. Okay. So you're not really affiliated with Blackfoot?
I'm
Doing the work.
Blackfoot's representative.
Oh, okay, good. All right, as I mentioned, I'm up Black Pine Road. Can you basically give me an idea if the work has been completed up here? Because every once in a while I see a van unmarked on John Long Road by a house. And I have some other questions.
Okay, the van would be this Blackfoot splicing trailers, and what they're doing is they're taking what my crews brought to the curb. And then they're taking it and they gotta take each individual tube in that cable and dedicate it to a house. So they'll be sitting at a box roughly a few hours, you know, here and there at each box.
Okay, so the other question is, and you clarified something that those orange things coming out of the ground are called feeders, right?
They're more like it's a drop duct, or all your stuff up at Black Pine. Except for one area that there's a drop and we're gonna have to plow 48, so we'll have to go back there. And I was looking at that last week, but everything, the little orange ones that are coming out are the drops that go from the house to the handhole. And then Blackfoot will come back and put those inside the handhole, which is the little flush mount boxes, basically like at the end of the roads.
Okay, because some of the neighbors have gotten calls and I checked with Blackfoot. They said when they're ready, then there's going to be the connection going from those boxes or whatever they are to the house across the property. And that we would be getting a call when that work was going to get done. And the other question would be, they said that they have to gain access into the home.
That would be true. That would be a fact so basically that would be the drops. I guess we call them drops. And that's basically connecting the house to the system. So we don't like to trespass without permission. So they should reach out to you before any of that work is done to tie any of that stuff in.
So have to go
So
into the house.
Blackfoot will come in this winter, most likely that'll be this winter, and they'll take it from the NID. So there'll be a drop crew that comes and puts a box on the outside of the house and takes that to the handhole. And then Blackfoot this winter will send their in-house techs and they'll probably do all the rewiring for the fiber in the house then. In the
So
modem,
if I-
setting up your modem and everything.
Okay, so if I can just get this clear. Your guys are gonna be coming out to take it from the Dropbox, whatever, to the house. And that involves digging, right? And then that's connected, and then Blackfoot probably in the winter will have to gain access into the home.
Yes, depending on depending on what setup you guys go with, because I know it goes from the wall to a router, so they might have to come in and maybe put a cable in there to go to the modem, you know, from outside to inside kind of a situation.
Okay, but we will get calls to set up an appointment.
100%. If they go onto your property without calling, you definitely would call Blackfoot and make a complaint. That goes for everybody because
Okay, because as
your
far as
property is your property.
And as far as digging to the house, that's your guys' job, right?
Yeah, they should still be contacting you before they come on your property.
Okay, good, because they spray painted where they were gonna do this work. And it goes right after my septic. And I clarified it with Blackfoot that I did definitely want to call, not that it's gonna go over my septic, just in case it's in home, that the work would be done.
What
So-
color is the paint, ma'am?
There's two of them, one orange and one white. And I clarified one was from the Energy Electric Company and one was from the Blackfoot.
I would
So-
say the orange would be from Blackfoot and the white might be the path where they might gonna go, the future where it's gonna go. But I know right now we don't have any drop crews working in Phillipsburg right now, especially on that phase up there, but I could let everyone know when they start back up.
Okay, thank you very much.
They ran a crew out because they were doing shoddy service, and so they're looking for a new crew right now.
Okay, so they did do that.
I think if it was a while ago, there hasn't been a drop crew here in at least a month.
Because we did talk to some of the people that were doing the work and we got, I'm sorry to say, half-assed answers to our questions. So that was probably that crew.
They didn't
Thank
speak
you.
English, right?
Well, thank you for your update.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
thanks for coming in.
for coming in. We'll be talking to you soon.
Do you guys want me to, on my meeting tomorrow, talk to Blackfoot? and
Sure.
Have someone come in for next Tuesday's meeting
Do
too?
you want to zoom in or do you want to come in?
I work here, so it's easy for
Oh,
me,
you
but
work-
maybe,
that's-
maybe JB will do that.
Okay.
Maybe JB will do that, but I'll let him know that you guys are curious about the spicing.
Well, wait a minute. I don't know about next week. I'm not gonna be here next week.
2 weeks.
I don't know about me.
And we have an iffy situation whether or not we're gonna have a forum.
We might not have a meeting.
Two weeks is
out?
fine. Yeah, I'm fine.
Let's do 2 weeks out.
Okay.
Okay, anyway, thank you, sir.
All right, thank you for everything.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.
Have a good day.
Good, sir. See you guys.
Okay, our next agenda item is Wyman Gulch Little Gold Royal Gold Roads process to formally accept as county roads. And decision. Hello, Linda.
Hello, how are you?
Linda, our county planner, has joined us.
So the question was. Little Gold was the question. And. Linda has some
So,
insight.
yeah, cause I had been looking that up with the Forest Service people. And so the process got started for sure with Bill Bear. And then I don't know, like they told him to go survey it, and then there was a couple years that went by, and then it came up again that, where are you at? And then there's just no more comment, and then a few years later, they're doing work on the road. So I don't know if the process ever got fully finished, it's kind of unclear. It definitely had started to get done, it just,
They did a resolution of
Yeah.
intent for the
they
whole
just didn't
road,
get it done.
so, yeah,
Perhaps, I don't even know
Yeah.
if they've got it done.
it didn't get done, I think we have to,
So all there was the resolution of intent.
yeah,
And so we'd have to.
do another, resolution on it, I guess, the question is, does the commission want it, and
I think we do. I think we
Yeah.
do.
Why do you?
Because if we don't, they'll just shut them off too, you know. Start closing everything off. like-
protect public access.
I don't think
That's,
they can.
Don't let.
I would say that that's really one of the benefits of the county having a dual access over something is that we're in such a day and age where public access gets cut constantly, not just by the Forest Service, but private individuals trying to cut.
Yeah.
Everybody's trying to cut access, and so if you have the ability to get access,
Yes.
I think you should take access when you can. It at least gives you a voice in the discussions later on when things are happening, than for them to say, well, you have no rights over that road anyway.
The Forest Service isn't requiring a firm commitment that you'll put money into it either, and just. We could put in that resolution that's the statute that talks about the commission has discretion on what degree of maintenance is done.
But if we take a road, we need to do the maintenance, if it's a maintained road.
Well, I think taking is not agreeing that's gonna be maintained, because there's a lot of them out there. You're gonna take Brown's Gulch hopefully here on that petition, and
Yeah.
I don't think you're gonna maintain, I think historically it was county road but not maintained.
And this is Wyman's, right?
Little
This is
Gold,
Little Gold.
with Wyman, you're under, is it
Wyman-
county road for the most part, but
Good
you wanna
with
take it all,
Wyman then.
wanna take it all and get an easement on
Okay,
the part you
take
don't
it all,
want.
and
Yeah.
then Little Gold. You're recommending it'd be good.
Yeah, I think you should take it, and I agree, I
Okay.
think in your resolution, you should make it clear that this isn't an agreement that you're going to maintain it, or that you're going to put it on the schedule of maintenance, this is just you acquiring an access, the
Yeah.
easement,
Yeah, just leave it as all non-maintained,
yeah.
just like they are
Yeah.
now.
Well,
Okay.
I think just citing that statute saying you guys can determine the degree of maintenance, and not making any,
Okay,
making any commitments, but that's.
But aren't they building cabins and houses up there or something?
There are some houses up way up in there, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you are gonna have people come and saying, maintain it, but
yeah, maybe.
other things, they've come to you on other roads, you've said, we just don't have the. The means and.
And,
So
okay,
how far are we talking now? How far past Royal Gold?
It goes
Royal-
up to that Altoona Lakes,
All the way up there?
yeah,
so
that's what I've seen on the map, it goes up there.
Are there cabins up there?
Yeah, there aren't there, Paul? I
One,
think there's,
one at at Altoona,
yeah, it
after,
looks,
after you turn off the county road.
it looks like it's right in the lake.
Where was that cross-country skier, it's in the Avalanche, was that Altoona?
God, I'm not sure.
It was like the last 2 or 3 years. Not that that's relevant, but people are recreating, going.
So I think we're buying a little problems.
so.
I think from the historic record, they intended to do it and just didn't get it done, but I hear you. They're concerned.
Can we ask a question? So, just for my, Royal Gold is Forest Service.
No.
No, it's county.
County.
Okay, Royal Gold is county, and
We're
we
gonna-
already know that that's county.
But we're gonna include it in the resolution,
We'll,
because
we'll
then get
include
an
it in
easement
the
from
resolution.
Forest
Okay.
Service, yeah.
Little Gold, we wanna take it, and Wyman Gulch is gonna be, all three of these are gonna be in the resolution as
That's,
county, okay.
that's my thought. Get
Yeah.
that.
I mean, Royal Gulch is just a secondary, Wyman's kind of a cleanup. 'Cause you got a little piece that's not, and then, yeah, Royal Gulch would actually be
What does the county call it?
finished.
Royal Gold or Royal Basin?
I don't know, I've seen it both ways.
I think in the county atlas, it's Royal Gold, isn't
Yeah,
it? Where's the county? All
Okay.
right, sorry.
All right, no, good. So then our process to formally accept. Is there a motion?
Oh, I would, we do the resolution. So I guess the motion would be proceed forward with the written resolution.
Proceed forward with the written resolution.
I'm just reading what it says on the agenda, and the process to formally accept would be.
To the resolution,
do the
so the
resolution.
motion could be to draft the resolution.
Okay,
All right.
is there a motion
I'll make a motion draft the resolution.
Is this for all three roads?
Yes.
for all three roads?
Yeah, I'm letting it go.
I'll second it. Is there any public comment?
You're buying a bunch of problems. Little gold.
I'm going on good suggestions and good authority, so I feel
No,
my second is a good second.
I don't see how they can close that road if there's cabins up there.
Grows a lot anymore, seems like they can kind of do whatever they want, so that's why I'm going to run it.
So all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed?
No.
Okay, motion carried and passed.
I do the other two roads.
Thank you, Linda,
Yeah.
for your expertise handling.
Well, I'll work on the resolution.
Yes,
We'll attach the map. Forest Service may require a survey down the line before they grant their easements, but they'll be on their end, basically, they would have the survey done. but
That's what she
some-
said, it'd take
Yeah.
a little bit, but they would do it, so.
Which would be all the better to have a survey, but do you think the existing maps are good enough, Linda, or should we ask Matt Pierce to do some work there?
I personally think if they're gonna survey it, then you just wait till it gets surveyed and then give those to Matt Pierce to.
Should we wait on the resolution then?
Yeah, I would let them survey it out. They should do a full survey. I'm sure they will.
She said they would, it's just
Yeah.
gonna take them a little bit, cause they're backed up.
And then Matt will be able to take that and
Yes, the question that I have for Forest Service, and do they require that resolution prior to doing the survey?
I thought that's what she said.
yeah,
Okay, so then we can have the resolution on, and then it could be and then have the surveys done later.
will they take a resolution of intent and then do the survey?
They call the resolution like an application.
yeah.
What they're
Yeah.
doing,
Yeah,
it's
There's that example that was, he gave us last week, but I didn't have any. meeting
Well, I'd
about it.
recommend you go up there and drive the road. See what you're
I
buying.
have.
See what you're buying.
Did you
You
just
have
say
to go up
something?
there and see what you're buying.
You've been up there, right?
You're up. No
Well-
question about
You are gonna have Louis Plincy come saying it's your road, fix it, but. You can rely upon that statute and say, you know, there's a lot of county roads here that we don't.
Yeah, no, well, I'm just looking at, you know, people recreating up there, cabins up there. Somebody's gonna be coming in and saying, okay, I want this road fixed.
But the thing about it is, it's just like before, when you say, you know, we was gonna go up and fix that culvert, you fix all that down there for Louis, so what's the difference if you take that all? I mean. You know. You were in favor of going up there and fixing that for Louis, but you brought it up saying, you know, go up there and fix that road. So I just think if we don't keep some of this open for the public, it's just gonna get closed down, and they will close it down.
No, I don't see how they can if there's private houses up there.
Well, this protects us, so let's, no more debate on it. It's a done deal.
The. Issue I've seen is like Forest Service and BLM putting up gates, but I hear what you're saying.
Yeah,
They
if
should
there
cut
was
off.
private property up there, yeah.
Okay, that ends that agenda item.
I'll work on the
Okay,
resolution.
great.
All right, I will see you later.
Thank
Have a
you.
good day. Thanks.
Thanks, Paul.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Linda, can you help me with the, like, the sections and the,
Yeah.
that? And, we'll attach the map and then we get this survey to help build the survey.
Just a question, Blaine, on this. Is this stuff that you guys are signing up for, or is this pretty much indemnification that the federal government's saying?
The Forest Service is requiring that to give their easements, that's their process. And so the question Gina was with Cameron here last week, we talked about how she thinks potentially they need a survey. So once they get our resolution with our maps, they may say this is not good enough and then require the survey, but they'll pay for the survey.
Elena has a comment.
Go ahead, Elena.
Thank you. Just a point of clarification, because I kind of got lost with what you decided. Were you gonna pass a resolution? Or are you gonna hold off? Or what were you gonna do on that? I didn't get it.
I'm gonna draft the resolution, attach the maps that we have from existing maps from Map Pierce. And then I believe there will be 2 readings, the commission can vote on at that time. Once it goes, then the Forest Service takes that as basically an application. And they may require a survey, which they would pay for. And so the process to be complete may take some time to get the easements.
Thank you, Blaine, for clarifying that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
None, everybody? Any more comments? Okay, our next agenda item is dam tenders report. The lake is at 6428.28 feet, 14.64 inches below full pool.
14.
If we're gonna stay, we're still in the same. old-
Yeah.
Leave as is.
Make a motion. A second.
Is there any public comment?
I was up there this weekend and it looks pretty good. People are getting the boats in.
Yeah. It doesn't look as bad as what this is.
Sure looks better than ours.
Yeah. I've seen it where it's been way lower.
And it's supposed to get, rain here starting tomorrow, I think.
That, talking about the dam, Blanche, I've been talking to Ben downstairs. And he's got a tank and we can get a little gas. An hour washer and we can spray that mold up.
Did you see my response that I got from Jared over
But who-
the dam tender over cleaning off and power washing, like where the tile drains are?
I never seen it.
So, he is willing to do that type of work and repainting the blue stripe and doing that kind of stuff, but he would have to charge his contract rate, which is $60 an hour. So I said I would bring that forward to you guys and reach out to him.
Well, I think we'd probably be better off to have him, but now it's just me, to have him do it, cause he was there at the meeting, he knows what.
In the area.
Asking to have.
Yeah.
Done. So I make the motion to go ahead and let him, there's $60 an hour, this, cause then he'll use all this other stuff and.
Well, this would be a different type of maintenance. On the dam,
Gets to be that. for-
and so if absolutely, he would be contracting out to that, it wouldn't be under his
Yeah.
regular duties
Yeah.
as.
It's outside
dam
his
tender.
scope, yeah.
I think
So,
if-
yeah,
If he's willing, I'd be.
I'd second the motion.
okay.
Okay. I
Any
will,
public comment? All in favor? Aye. Motion carried and passed.
I didn't see that even.
yeah,
That's a good deal.
Okay, next agenda item is.
Oh, Linda might want to talk to you one thing about these easements.
So I guess on. Like on all of this. Is this? And I don't know, I mean, Blaine can look at that, but, I mean, is that requiring you? Like, is that holding your? Saying you can't use pesticides ever on the road, you can't cut ever on the road?
Let's see. Yeah, what Linda's looking at is not the resolution, but it's the actual easements, and it says, like regarding, from the Forest Service, pesticide use. Pesticides may not be used in the easement area to control pests, including undesirable woody or herb, vegetation, insects, birds, rodents, or fish without prior written concurrence of the authorized officer. Request for concurrence of any planned use of pesticide shall be provided in advance using pesticide use proposal form FS 2100-2.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing,
So,
is I'm good with them giving easement, but I'm not good with that, that's
Cause the
horrible.
county sprays, so. we're
Yeah.
Up there spraying the weeds, but
well, I think we have in a resolution that, the county determines the, degree of maintenance and what actually is done there, and, if decide later on that you don't want to jump, they're not willing to,
Jump, yeah,
yeah, they're not willing to
Cut
amend
some of
this, then you can say at the time, then they're not accepting.
yeah,
I think that's where you go.
So the resolution's key, I think.
yeah,
that-
to get it going, the process going, but yeah, they need to seriously trim all that
Well, this
stuff
is
out.
the.
Because
yeah,
right
8
now it
pages of
says,
Bureaucracy.
yeah, you gotta go get this permit to spray, you gotta go get that permit to cut. Like you gotta maintain the road from erosion, it's like, that's,
Well, they already said they
That's in
would,
there.
that's.
they
in
wouldn't, they
there,
already said they
yeah.
wouldn't require
That's
as a
what I'm saying,
maintenance.
so,
Yeah.
so if we accepted that whole thing. You're gonna be maintaining that road that's full of boulders and you go about 1 mile an
So-
hour.
The resolution has to be specific that the county determines the degree of maintenance and has control over deciding
Has
what's done.
total
Yeah,
control.
Yeah,
total control.
and that the easement needs to come with.
She
a
kind of
bunch of
said that,
language, yeah.
I'll say, but this is just something that they got, that they could
Yeah,
get.
this is an example.
But
Yeah,
if they're not willing to come off of this,
need to
then
trim that.
that's, I think you're right.
And that's a deal breaker, right?
yeah. for
I
sure.
think, yeah,
Cause you
They
do not
got-
wanna
they got
sign up for
control
that,
and-
yeah, You want it to come as a, like, as if as if the petition came through and it's just, we're taking the easement, no stipulation.
And, and Cameron talked about wanting to get the deal done, so if
Yeah.
they know if they're,
Well,
If
they're
they're
gonna
gonna
do
get the
it, they'll get rid of that, I think, just to
Yeah.
get rid of the road.
yeah,
I mean, they're
I
gonna be a
think she
pain.
was just giving us that, so we have something to kind of look at to get started.
example, it does say example, so. Do you have the resolution as well?
There was like a chunk of
Yes.
stuff with it. Here was the letter. It was with it.
I'll forward you the email.
Okay,
There was 3 different things. I'll find the other one. I had them all together.
Yeah.
I thought I had it right here in your hand. From,
I'll just give it.
yeah,
Look how many times he mows the lawn for
that is
70,
gonna help with the
you know,
sections of township.
Yeah, yeah.
no, I mow lawn, my lawn, it doesn't need to be mowed 4 times in August.
5 times in August.
Yeah.
He mowed the lawn.
Oh my God. I didn't need.
by
I mowed
time
it.
two, it was a dust
I
storm.
think they have to be told, yeah,
They
don't,
would mind.
what days they come. Yeah.
I haven't mowed my lawn the
Yeah,
whole month of
okay.
August.
Yeah, I
I
didn't
know.
either. It was so dry.
I did, but it was like,
I think I did.
Dust.
Maybe
So for 70 bucks.
This is gonna have to change. We
Thanks.
can't, yeah. I mean, we can't do anything because we allowed it.
Do you want me
We're
to-
Stuck with that,
do
but
you-
no,
Do you want me to
no
call?
more. We're done mowing.
Do you want me to
I
call
took it.
him and tell him that we no longer need services courthouse?
Or-
You won't, did what,
Or that you need to limit the number of
you don't mow
times,
5
yeah.
times in August, especially August.
5 times in August?
August, the grass just doesn't
Doesn't
grow.
He's just set up on the
Yeah.
deal with her and
He's
they
set,
need
he's
to
setting
be
up for
told,
weekly.
yeah. Maybe in like June weekly, but yeah, August, no.
Leave
We
it-
mowed it
Well,
once,
I
I
think
think.
we need to make different
No.
arrangements for mowing. the
How
lawn.
much is it?
70 bucks
70.
a time.
70 bucks a
Yeah.
month, $350 for the month of August. I mean, it's-
Yeah. Yeah, it adds up.
Well, and then he uses a riding lawnmower.
He does,
Mhm.
In there,
Yeah,
got the right, I don't know how he even gets it in there.
I think he drives it back here.
Oh, he does.
Or
mean,
something.
around.
I've seen him, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna miss the agenda item on Penny Pyle coming in, the victim witness advocate,
She said she's sick and she's not able to come in today.
so another time.
Did you want me to reschedule
Yeah.
or did you want to
Well,
change that?
What it is basically, sometimes she has to help people and she does have accounts set up with motels and. She can do transportation stuff, but if they needed something else, having like a potentially. I don't know that she needs a county credit card, but like some type of prepaid card where there's so much on it or whatever.
Well, why can't you just use one of the ones that we have?
If that's good with you guys, then,
I mean, that
Yeah.
would be fine. It should be
Okay.
allowed.
okay, all right, so, she's not gonna be able to come in, she's ill, but if that's okay with the commission. This is not gonna be very much, I guess the issue though is, it's gonna be like 2 AM. So if she has some type of access to the cards. At 2 AM, I don't know how that,
It'd be
I'm just saying,
nicer
could be
better
another-
to have her own than that, yeah, if something happened in the middle of the morning, then, well, she could. Yeah. We
Or
kinda had-
prepaid
We
with
can
like,
take it away from the road and give her his.
I was seeing one with like $200 on it and then.
I think
then she
that'd be
has-
the best bet, get her owned and then like you said, put 250 on it, otherwise if you're out in the middle of the morning trying to get something and then back and
Yeah,
forth. and
okay,
When they use their own, it kind of, remember last time, it kind of, not with that, but other stuff, when they start using their own. Not a big deal.
if there's other stuff coming up like, that she needs to go to training or whatever, it can be put on my credit card, I don't have a problem with that, but then. Middle of the night.
Or
is
they
the issue.
have access to the county credit
Yeah.
card.
Yeah.
However you wanna do it,
Could
but
we add one through there that just has a smaller limit of like 200 bucks
that might be a possibility.
Well, 200, that's kind of.
or
Really small.
500?
Well, it's just for, it's
Smaller.
because you can handle transportation and lodging and be more like.
Okay, that's
food,
just
but-
before we can continue this conversation.
Yeah,
Just a second, we're gonna move into the next agenda item, which is, our claims. With. That's old. I'm gonna do it.
You're on monthly claim.
We're going to monthly claims review and approval, and so we can discuss this.
Okay.
while
Yeah,
we're looking at claims.
All right.
Yeah, the claim, so that means I just get her. a new card.
So the lawn has been mowed 5 times this, in the month of August.
That's $70. Right?
$70 a whack 5 times in August, and the grass didn't grow.
The grass doesn't grow in August.
Yeah, June, it could need every week, but not
Yeah.
August.
And I think we need to do, well, I think we need to tell Janine that, no more mowing, she's done,
I agree,
no more lawn mowing.
You ever seen them yet?
Yeah, I mean, they come, but in August, there's nothing to, I mean, maybe
Jane comes in
once.
with the riding lawnmower and does that,
They do a good job at $70 a whack,
Yeah.
5 times, that's not even.
well,
Let's shut her off right now.
so I don't know, Billy, I guess if you wanna get a hold of Janine and just
Yeah.
say,
I'll talk to her about it.
hopefully he hasn't mowed.
Yeah, in September, but we'll discontinue
In
it for the rest of this. We're just discontinuing it.
And, okay, then on the credit card, like a potential county credit card, the limit of like 250, because it'd be smaller items. Like potentially if they needed food or something like that. But it needs to be a process where you guys approve it later.
Was there
too.
something like a prepaid card that you could put money into and it wouldn't?
Yeah,
There wouldn't be a monthly fee on it and.
yeah, Just
Yeah, you
prepaid
can
cards.
get a card just for $250, and then she could have it with her, cause like you said, at 2 o'clock in the
Yeah.
morning, and she,
And
you know, trying to figure out what, I just.
every time she uses it, then she submits it as
Has to have it.
invoice.
Yeah, the invoice has to
receipt.
come in.
So do you want to look into prepaid cards or do you want to look into lower limits with the accounts we already have set up?
I like the prepaid
I
deal.
just,
I
that's
think that
what
works
I'm
without
going
it.
with, it's prepaid, then it's not getting mixed up with it.
Do you want me to get it? And, okay.
If you want to.
Okay.
Do you want to get it?
Yes,
That way.
she's my, she's under my supervision, so I can do that.
These are her business cards.
Okay.
I have a little group I'll drop off at Justice Court. I gave them to public health.
And on the other note, that was Blackfoot that kept calling me. They're actually calling every house that they're coming to answer Elena's question and some of that. They called like 5 times just trying to get hold of me, but my driveway's next and they're just wanting to get permission to come in and to do.
Yeah,
that.
so they're doing-
They're actually calling.
Yeah.
They actually already have the easements in place to your house, but yeah, that's being,
But
that's
they
a good
just-
idea, and then if they're coming into your house, then yeah, work it out.
And they came into mine. They set up a time and they came in and they send everything out and then they have you do stuff and then they come in.
As I told them, I'd be down there, they want to move a couple things, they don't like moving people stuff without theirs, I said, well, I'll keep it done, everybody 11, and head down that way. All we have left is,
So I think on this lawn mowing thing, come spring, we're gonna have to readdress it, look at it where. She can't mow it herself because, she can't mow it, then the relief precinct. Would come in and mow it
yeah, Chris, that's kind
for the hourly wage,
of, we have on.
yeah, and we do have lawnmowers.
I didn't even see it, you know.
Billy, I don't know if the actual vendor needs to be contacted or,
I will do both.
Yeah, I think I'd get a hold of both for them and just sort of.
Beast Mode Lawn Care LLC. Here's
Let
the,
me just make that from you. here.
So is that prepaid thing gonna work okay
Yeah.
with her?
Yeah, I just texted her, I think it should, yeah, thanks.
Do you think 250 is enough?
Yeah, it's just smaller type purchases and then she uses it, then she could submit claims, you guys can review.
So how do you refill those anyway?
I think,
I think you prepay an amount on it is, my understanding would be like, you
call
would
them, put a credit card.
set up and do like $250, so you would give them $250 that secures the money on the account, and then it works just like a credit card, so. If she uses $100, you're gonna get a bill for $100, and so
Yeah.
that 250 like secures whatever is on the account.
Where do you think
I
best to
think-
buy one of those?
I would actually just check with the bank right here to see if they do it.
Okay. Yeah.
That's what I would do. I
they
think
do,
all
yeah.
banks do
So
one.
then we could do a claim request for a check.
Yeah.
and do-
Yeah.
Well,
and
yeah,
then
then you could
do
just
the reimbursement through the
Yeah.
grant and then just
Okay.
pay it.
take a
through the
warrant
grant.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah, alright, sounds good.
Thanks.
Yeah, thanks.
So Blaine, did he say we're not gonna get fiber probably till?
It's
Sure.
no guarantees, warranties expressed or implied. I think the courthouse will get it here, I'm thinking, but yeah, different folks will have to be next year.
That's kind of like that, you know, that Blackfoot should come in too.
Yeah.
They can answer the questions. I know he's speaking for, 'em, but we need, you know, they need to. So we have them on here, this cleanup stuff. I'm just really worried about that.
No, that. Yeah, that'll get done, yeah, don't move, yeah.
My glad when he said he'd get the sweeper to clean it
Yeah.
up and see what is gonna happen.
Have Paul let the commission know and let me know and if they need any help.
We should figure out total how much is mag chloride we bought. I mean, they're putting a lot of that stuff on there. It's,
It's a lot of money.
I
I mean,
mean,
it went out to,
huh?
What fund are we taking it out of?
the gas factor, not that,
368. Yeah, look,
yeah, it's-
But they're putting on pretty thick. Looks like a man. But it needs to be that thick.
They said that was just to keep that hole what we put down, though, especially you know, all that millions and that to keep it in mind and. We're saying then they can roll it in and it's back and kind of like paving.
Well, that's what it looks like. I put a ton of it up there. And it looks really good.
It's a lot of money, I know. I've been, yeah. So that Grizzly Trail, Billy, that must have been the ones that did, this out here, right? It's a
So is it
Grizzly
Dust
Trail
Busters
seat.
Inc?
Huh?
Dust Busters Inc. where you get them made?
Let me look, I think so, they did the gutters,
Yeah.
I think
that's what
so.
Seamless rain, so that's why it's pretty
Yes.
sure. Okay.
I believe that's correct.
So in July, there was 38,000.
38. That's just July.
Yes.
You got other months. too.
Well, August, this is showing July and August.
Oh.
So when this is just one was 6,288 and the other one was 31,348. So they probably haven't gotten any. Did you want to see what they spent last year? And it would be just Dust Busters, is that the place to get it?
I think that's about the only place you can get it. That's the whole theater, right? So,
Well, let's just see how long it lasts. You know. Before, it seemed like about a year. They put them on light.
Oh, how long it lasts, what they spent, okay. See if I can look at the vendor.
the dam tender is gonna take care of it. Thank you so much. Do you care if I leave at 11 to go down and see how we're gonna meet with Blackbrook there in Maxville?
We gotta talk about it next week. I don't know if I'm gonna be here. So whatever.
Go ahead.
Chuck's not gonna be here next week and you're.
So,
Why am I? Yeah.
but you already are making, no,
If you are, if you're not, but it's still, I can come in. You know,
so because of the fact that I'm not going to be here, I'll be at convention next week. So if you're,
I think, yeah, I'm with you. I think somebody better be here, whether he's here or not. I'll make sure I'm here, because if they're gonna, I'd like to hear what Blackwood has to say.
I,
'Cause they talk-
Another
we're gonna do that in 2 weeks.
yeah,
gonna push
I'm
it out 2
thinking
weeks.
you can't make a decision.
No, but you can listen to them.
We can arrange for them to come in 2 weeks. But is there anything real vital next week?
No, I don't have anything vital, it's all stuff I can move.
We can cancel next week too,
Yeah,
Whatever.
because yeah, I mean, if you're not gonna, we can't make a decision anyway, so.
really the only thing would be fire restrictions. But if you set those now, they would just remain the same until you met again. So,
I mean, I could try to make it. I'm
I think the best bet would be just to,
Just
Um,
cancel.
cancel next week's meeting.
cancel it.
yeah,
Otherwise, I mean, yeah, it's, Blackwood will come in 2 weeks. That's all I was worried about, cause he said he's gonna meet with them tomorrow.
Yeah. If there's anything super pressing though, you can call him or I can call him if there's something you really want to know and I can get an update to you.
Well, I think they're all gonna be there, Blackfoot, and that Jason's gonna be down there.
Oh, nice.
That's why I said
Yeah.
I'll leave here at 11, then I can go, I'll have a little better update too.
Okay, so guys, in fiscal. Last year, fiscal 24, we. Spent 110,652
On
to
this,
Dustbusters Inc.
this year we put out all that middle fork gravel and stuff, and I mean, we put 5,000 in each area, so I mean, that's why it's up to a little bit.
So when do they stop putting the,
We're about done hauling gravel.
and then we have to think about come spring. So far, what I say, 38,
Yeah,
38,000.
I guess we better talk to him in a couple weeks and just kind of narrow this down a little more, see where we actually gonna work and where we need it the most. Cause I mean, we're spending 40,000
Or not put it down so heavy where. it's-
maybe.
Well, they put it on so thick, this is my thoughts, that. It seems like it should last a year or two, or maybe 3 on the roads they put it on, cause it's on there. I mean, they're tracking it on other roads as they're coming, traffic.
Yeah.
I wish the city would put some down.
I'm not saying it's wrong.
No, I understand, but I think, like you said, just the way we're sitting and the money is, we gotta really watch what we're doing. And on that fire stuff, I think we should stay at least at stage 1, not, yeah, and we can see what happens.
Well, I think in the resolution, it says that we will follow, if the forest goes off. Then we go off, so I think it's automatic for the next 2 weeks,
Yeah,
so if we get a lot of rain. It'll just go off.
if they go off, then we, yeah,
Okay.
follow suit.
They were
We
on,
need to take off, okay.
they were on stage 1 too.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll stay.
Good job today. I'll go meet with them and see what's,
I'll call you if anything goes wrong next week.
oh yeah, just get,
You'll be man on deck.
and just get hold of me, and then come up with whatever.
Perfect.
Thanks, see ya.
Claims look good to you. You didn't see anything. Okay. So who decided that we were gonna get the lawn mowed every week? Was that from you?
It had to, she has been the one in contact with them, so it had to have been,
That, even that,
it's a lot.
a lot.
Yeah.
And this is just on call. There's no contract, right?
I'll triple check, but I don't believe we have any
I don't
contact.
think.
Yeah,
If we had had a
didn't approve any-
contract, you would have had to have
Yeah, we
signed
would
it,
have to
so.
approve it. So any more applicants?
Yeah, you have a lot.
A lot?
Yeah, there's like 12,
Well,
but I've kind of gone through there. I think I would suggest just narrowing it down to maybe the top 3.
Which, yeah, there's no way that we can interview 12.
No, and there's a few that, because we have it on Indeed, that are from out of state and maybe not necessary, maybe just be applying for stuff or whatever, and there's some that are maybe not, don't have the experience or background, so I would suggest just narrowing it down to the top 3, but there's still a full another week of people applying, so I'm sure there's been like 1 coming in a day, so.
that's from how far away?
All the way as far as New York. I've gotten like 2 from New York and 1 from Connecticut.
You're
Yeah,
kidding.
no, and then, but then there's been, a lot of the other ones have been pretty local. You know, I think there's like 1 or 2 that are Anaconda. And from Hall. And from Deer. Maybe that's the one from Hall, but I don't know, there's a handful, so.
So how'd they know about it?
Is put it on,
Indeed, it's on Indeed and it's on our website, so.
well, the one that, what was the one?
Indeed,
Is national.
that goes everywhere.
I think that's a.
So I don't know if it's people wanting to relocate here, because they would. I don't know.
Oh, if I heard about the good commissioners they have. here.
What?
If I heard about the good commissioners they have.
Probably. Oh, I did send it out through Mako too, so.
Yeah.
Next.
How we get along so well.
Anybody called up?
Your phone's ringing out on the answer. Commissioner's office, this is Billy. Okay. Yes. So you will, there should be the form on the website. Yeah. That page, their department. So if you go to documents, it'll be application for encroachment permit. And it should come up and you will just go ahead and put that out. And we will go ahead and send that in with a payment for $200. And then it's what I do when I get the, if I get that to our road and bridge superintendent, he will go out and look at that and he will contact you if he has any questions. And once he has looked at it, he will get his recommendation to the commissioners. And then they will get their final
How
approval.
much money did we have set aside for those bathrooms?
And good to go.
We have bill here for 31,000.
You know,
How much?
it depends on what the
31.
road and bridge superintendent. has.
I think that was all included,
I think you
in,
can take him a couple of weeks.
wasn't it?
It really depends upon his.
I don't know, I just remember we put some money from that one of them. LA Beach, yeah. but
We still had some in there in
I
the line
put
item.
it here,
So,
so.
Just can't-
and this isn't, is that, who's that to the plumbing outfit or? Yeah, I think this is in part of the contract. I guess. I don't know. Cause I don't think. That was, I think that was included in the. Total. that we were paying on the elevator.
I don't see that outlined on here, but that would be a great question for our road and bridge superintendent. I can give you his phone number as well if you would like. No, that'll just get you to the courthouse. His phone number is 406-370-4117. He's the road and bridge superintendent. All right, yeah, let me know if you have any other questions.
Did you notice, Billy, if the guy mowed in September at all?
I haven't.
And should he?
He shouldn't, I haven't.
I know for a fact I haven't mowed my yard in the whole month of August and have to.
I don't think I mowed
Right.
mine. I just mowed mine and I was cleaning up for the end of the year and I'm.
Yeah. I mean, I water mine, I don't have to mow. I'll mow it here in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
It's just to make
Yeah,
it.
it just kinda-
You know.
Which the way my yard is sloped, it goes. And it's really nice in the spring when it rains and rains, but I can't keep up with it
Yeah.
in the summer. And now, let's see. Well, I just can't, because the way it slopes off, it doesn't. It just dries right up and it's so windy where I live. It just dries it.
Yeah.
I need to get it landscaped, but I don't have landscape money. There wasn't anything dire next week that.
Yeah.
We could cancel,
Yeah, there's nothing dire.
and I'd do the Blackfoot. For a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh, I am.
Their motion to accept the claims.
Yeah, I'll make that motion.
I'll second it. Is there any public comment? Being none, all in favor? Aye. Motion carried and passed. The next agenda item is the Granite County Victims Witness Advocate Penny Pyle requesting a county credit card for Department of Operations discussion and decisions. And Penny Pyle could not make it today, but Blaine discussed the fact that he, and we discussed the fact a little bit earlier with Scott, that we would just get her a prepaid card and keep an amount on that paid card. So is there a motion
I make that motion to give her a prepaid.
in amount of $250? I will second that. Is there any public comment? Being none, all in favor? Aye. The next agenda item, we can go ahead and move forward. I think there's not gonna, there potential fire restrictions in Granite County.
Scott wants to stay the same. I would dump the whole thing, but we can stay the same, I think, because in the resolution, it says that we'll follow the Forest Service. And Forest Service on stage 1 now, if it rains a lot in the next 2 weeks, they will be off stage 1, I'm sure. So I think we're okay just to stay where we're at.
So staying where we're at, do we have to do a new resolution?
No,
Hello, everyone.
Our old one will stay in place.
Hello.
So Blaine told me an amount that you guys discussed for the victim witness advocate. Did you decide an amount?
250.
250. So these guys are talking, 250 is kind of throughout the month, if multiple things happen. To be able to kind of do that 500 may be better. Is the conversation that we're having to try to get that hooked up for her budget.
500 would be better.
Yeah,
what you're
well, I mean, only because we only pay it once a month,
Yeah.
right? And so if something happens, she's gotta get a room for $150 and then that person needs gas to go to town or whatever else, you know. Then if in 2 weeks something else happens and she's got another victim, then she has no money on that card for $250. If we.
And that's the prepaid thing.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, short of us.
No, I agree. I agree.
The other option that we have in that, because we're pretty sure there's another card out there that the Drummond Ambulance has a Visa card that they don't ever use.
Hey, that's even better.
And so switching, so I was in the middle, I was gonna get a hold of Monica and Frank. If because they have never used it. They have
No, I
never
pay
used it, and then if we
I
could
pay
get that.
that fee on it every year, but they
Yeah,
never use
if
it.
we could get that one switched, and that one is a 500, I believe it's 500, because I think we have 15,000 credit. There's 5,000 on road, 5,000 county building, 4,500 county health, so the other 500 is the Drummond Ambulance. So if we get the Drummond Ambulance switched to crime victims advocate. Yeah. Then there's your.
Well, that's
then
what I
there's
was
your
wondering, if there was a card that she could just use. And I said, give her the roads.
So anyway, we'll look into the Drummond Ambulance.
Okay,
one.
let's do that.
You're okay with the 500?
Okay, so do we need to amend?
Maybe amend, yeah.
no, I'm in my motion to what, 500.
Okay, and that is not getting a prepaid one, but using one that we already have.
Yeah, we're gonna look into.
We'll chat with
We will-
Drama ambulance, see what
Yes.
they've got going on.
But like Becky's never gotten a thing
Yeah.
from them on that, just pays that,
Okay.
so I think that.
That's a grand idea. I like it.
That
Okay.
people just try to get that.
I like
it. I got it in there.
I like it.
Okay, good.
Excellent.
All right,
Go team. Perfect, thank you.
I will second that amended
Perfect.
motion.
Well, then-
Thanks, guys. Go ahead, Elena.
I'll let her know. Thank you.
Thank you. I just didn't, was that Sarah that came in? I didn't get a name of the person who came in just now.
Yes, that was the clerk and recorder, Sarah Graham, came in asking whether or not.
I heard, yeah, about increasing it to set 500 or, I'm sorry, what'd you say?
Well, I was finishing my comment when you interrupted. me.
Oh, well, I heard that. All I said is I didn't know who it was because they didn't introduce themselves. I wasn't sure.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, so.
Do you guys want to vote on that one?
Okay, the next agenda item
Vote really
is,
quick.
We vote for the 500, aye.
we vote. Aye,
Okay.
all in favor, aye. Okay, motion carried and passed. Then the last agenda item is the potential fire restrictions in Granite County, discussion and decision.
So I was saying that I think we could stay the same for the next 2 weeks.
Okay,
And we'll just follow 4/3, so they drop stage 1, it will automatically drop.
okay. I will second that. Is there any public comment? So motion is to stay at stage 1. And
Follow the Forest Service
following
restrictions.
Forest Service restrictions. All in favor? Aye. Aye. That is the last agenda item. And we will adjourn.